This break on Sky Racing. We'll hear an audio description only by Ian Craig. Shogun Lodge $1.90, Crawl $6.80, Lord Essex $6.50 and Nanny Maroon at $7.40. They're the ones under double figures. Look at the win pool, 540,000. A field of 8, an odds-on favourite, and they can't even see the race. And punters have still invested $540,000 in the win pool. Unbelievable. It's all Shogun Lodge. He's been a marvellous horse. He just keeps coming up, preparation after preparation. 12 wins from 42 starts so far, and I'll be very surprised if this isn't number 13. Ian Craig is getting ready now with his description of the George Rider.
Land sighting. Crawl ran third in this race last year. Now they're coming up at the 1,500 metres. This is a Group 1, and it's worth $400,000, $260,000 to the winner's connections, $80,000 to second, and $36,000 to third. So if Shogun Lodge runs first or second, he'll have topped the $4 million in prize money. Now Crawl is moving forward. Corey Brown aboard. Only the 3 to come up now. Final Fantasy walks forward. 2 to come in for the Darley George Rider, Elmer Rider and the New Zealander No Mean City. We've got a field of 8, 7 geldings, and the mare is Nanny Maroon. The previous Restless number 9 beat 7 Grampians, 3 Spirit of Westbury and 4 ran fourth. Now they're set. The Darley Stakes, the Darley George Rider, 1,500. Set to go. Line good. They're off in the Darley, and immediately the New Zealander No Mean City back to last with Crawl, and Lord Essex goes to the lead from El Marada. In third position is A Mission, followed by Final Fantasy. No Mean City is making up ground, followed by Shogun Lodge on the outside of Nanny Maroon, and Crawl another length and a half away. They race inside the 1,200, and Lord Essex shows out. About a length and a quarter on A Mission, 2 lengths to No Mean City, inclined to over race. El Marada is next, and about 3 lengths to Final Fantasy. Nanny Maroon on its inside, 2 lengths to Shogun Lodge and a length to Crawl. Out of the back straight they run, and heading along past the 850, and Lord Essex under restraint. 3/4 of a length on A Mission, and a length and a half to No Mean City, pulling his head off. On his outside is El Marada, 2.5 to Final Fantasy. Nanny Maroon is locked away. Shogun Lodge second last, and on his inside 3/4 back. Crawl, still no variation, working along to the 600 marker, and Lord Essex quickens up fractionally, a length the break on A Mission. Third No Mean City, followed by El Marada, Nanny Maroon, and then comes on the outside Final Fantasy, and Shogun Lodge is making his run now. They turn and head down past the 350. Lord Essex in front, A Mission second, and now Shogun Lodge, and what a turn of foot. He's got the chestnut. He's after Lord Essex. Down to the 150. Lord Essex almost joined by Shogun Lodge. A race in 2. Lord Essex won't give in. Shogun Lodge driving at him. Lord Essex just the leader. Lord Essex, I reckon. Nostril, Shogun Lodge in a very tight finish. Third on the outside, Crawl, and then El Marada in company with on the inside No Mean City, Nanny Maroon, A Mission at Absolute, Final Fantasy. Terrific finish in the Darley Stakes. Lord Essex was rated perfectly in front by Rodney Quinn. Shogun Lodge came at him very resolutely, but as the line has been reached, the free shot, and it does flatter the inside horse. It does look like Lord Essex, but this angle, you know what it's like. It can be absolutely dynamite. But the inside horse does look to have just been able to score here, but if you're on the outside horse, Shogun Lodge, don't give up. No numbers up at the moment. Let's have a look at that freeze on the... Lord Essex has got it. Number 5 is the winner. He's got in by the skin of his chin. Number 5, Lord Essex. Rodney Quinn has upset the favourite, Shogun Lodge. Number 1, ridden by Glenn Boss. And number 2 has run third, and that's Crawl, ridden by Corey Brown. 3 officially fourth, and that was El Mirada. Lord Essex, a very photogenic horse. He lost the Newmarket handicap at Newcastle last Wednesday week by an eyelash, but today Rodney Quinn was able to control in front. He just rated him beautifully. He quickened up the tempo at the 350, and to get as close as he did, Shogun Lodge has done an enormous job considering the sectional times for the latter part of the race. Lord Essex, a very honest gelding by Seneck from Darling Bess, trained by Johnny Hawkes, ridden by Rodney Quinn, and has taken out the Darley Rider Stakes and has added to his 359,000 prior to the race, 260 grand. Shogun Lodge couldn't quite get there by Grand Lodge from Pride of Tani, the great producer. He went down with colours flying under the circumstances. Bobby Thompson, Glenn Boss and Crawl, well, he wasn't suited with the Crawl that was established for the first 800 metres by Dr. Grace. John Hawkes has trained the third horse as well as the winner, Corey Brown. Number 3 ran fourth. Now, the margins, the winner got in by only a short half head. 2 lengths between second and third. Hand timed 1:29.51, and as yet we haven't any sectional. The tote dividends are as follows. Number 5, Lord Essex, 5.70 and 1.70. Number 1, Shogun Lodge, $1.20. Number 2, Crawl, $2 neat. The Quinella, $4.50. Exacta, $11.60. The Trifecta, $47.20. And as yet the first 4 is not to hand. Here it comes now. 5, 1, 2 and 3.
Right, Ian, thank you. And another, this could well be the Melbourne Cup. I think not. Here's Greg Miles at Flemington.
Yes, this is Flemington's other big 2-miler coming up here, and the favourite is Soldier Blue, 59.5. He'd have to set a weight carrying record in this race if successful. I think it was Deo. Off, and Soldier Blue in the middle of the line jumped away well. Our Only Vice got away nicely, and so did Jarl and Tarouge. Rhapsodize got out well towards the outside. Electric Turban is going to ease in behind them in the early stages, and Narus is trying to do likewise. Mount Stromlo remains the widest runner. Sunray Mist and IMAX both jumped away fast, and they're heading to the lead together as they settle into stride and join the course proper. Right behind them is Red Rourke, who's racing on the outside of Cavello Bruno. A length and a half further back is Our Only Vice in 6th placing, followed 1 further back by Rhapsodize. Soldier Blue has got into the middle of the pack and he's on the rails, being followed then by Jarl and Mount Stromlo out 3 wide. 2 lengths Narusa, followed by Red Astaire, Tarouge, Electric Turban, Soldado and Sugarland as last of all. Sunray Missed the leader down to the post with a lap to go. IMAX a length away second. Cavello Bruno 1.5 away third. In 4th placing Red Rourke, and the pace is genuine. They're followed by Mount Stromlo, the outside of Our Only Vice. Back behind him then a length away is Rhapsodize. Soldier Blue is tucked away nicely on the rails. 1.5 further back is Jarl, and then came Narusa, who's following the other Kiwi. About a length and a half further back in the field is Tarouge, who's on the inside of Red Astaire, and then Electric Turban, Soldado and Sugarland last. About 1900 to go, and the leader Sunray Missed by a length. IMAX is running second, 2 lengths away Red Rourke, outside Cavello Bruno. 3 lengths to Mount Stromlo, 1 Our Only Vice, a break of 4 lengths Rhapsodize. Then the favourite Soldier Blue on the inside, 3/4 to Jarl, 1 Narusa, and then Red Astaire the outside. A length further back to Rouge, Electric Turban. Another length Soldado the inside, and Sugarland last of all as they go past the halfway. 1,600 metres to go. Sunray Missed by a little over a length. IMAX second, Cavello Bruno third the inside. A half to Red Rourke, fourth on the outer, 2 lengths to Mount Stromlo. A neck away over on the inside, Our Only Vice. Still a break of about 3 lengths further back, perhaps 4 to Rhapsodize. 1 to Soldier Blue, spots the leader about 8 lengths at this point. 1.5 further back is Jarl, and then Narusa the inside of Red Astaire. 2 lengths then to Tarouge, being trailed by Electric Turban, and back at the tail still Soldado on the inside and Sugarland. Sunray Mist heads to the 1,000 by 3/4. IMAX is second. Cavello Bruno third the inside. Red Raucous around him. 1.5 Mount Stromlo. Then came Our Only Vice. 2 lengths further back as Rhapsodise, Soldier Blue, Paddy Payne riding a patient race on him on the inside. Followed by Jarl. Narusa just pushed along a touch. Followed by Red Astaire, Tarouge, Electric Turban and Sugarland Soldado, the last two. The Duke of Norfolk Field comes to the turn inside the 600. Sunray Mist trying to do it all, led narrowly from IMAX. Cavello Bruno gets off the fence to mount its challenge, and Red Raucous wider out. Our Only Vice switching courses, going for a rails run as they've entered the straight, and then Mount Stromlo, Rhapsodise. As they came down towards the 400-metre mark, Soldier Blue is working into the clear. He's coming with his burst. Cavello Bruno raced up to go to the lead from Sunray Mist. Soldier Blue the outside. Our Only Vice is getting the run through along the inside. Our Only Vice, Cavello Bruno and Soldier Blue with Red Astaire coming late. It's Cavello Bruno a neck in front from Soldier Blue. Cavello Bruno's finding plenty. Cavello Bruno a half length to Soldier Blue, anchored with his weight. Soldado from Welbeck got third, ahead of Red Astaire and Our Only Vice, and they were closely followed in by Sunray Miss, Rhapsodise, Electric Turban, and back behind these to finish at Tarouge, and then came Narusa, a long break to IMAX, trailed by Sugarland, Mount Stromlo, Jarl and Red Raucous last of all. Cavello Bruno, ridden by Greg Childs, gives Greg a double today. Beautiful ride up on the pace all of the way in 3:21.2. Number 5, Cavello Bruno, ridden by Greg Childs, trained by Keith Flynn, has taken out the Duke of Norfolk. Second, 1 Soldier Blue, Patrick Payne, who had to concede 5.5 kilos to the winner, and that was a telling factor at the finish of the race. And third to Soldado, who's come from second last, coming around the home turn to get into third placing. 5, 1 and 6 it was official. 5, 1 and 6 in 3:21.2. Well, Wade'll stop a train, and 59.5 or anywhere near its equivalent is just what stopped Soldier Blue being able to win the Duke of Norfolk today. He'd been ridden the perfect race by Patrick, produced at the right time, and he had the race there to be won, but the weight was the absolute telling factor. Cavello Bruno winning the race, and he hadn't really made winning an altogether strong habit of his, this former New Zealander. His last win was on the 14th of April in the year 2000, and the win before that was in December 99. Today's victory just his 5th from 39 starts. But stay he can, and with a beautiful ride by Greg Childs.
3 beating Dynamite by a whisker, and Scenic Warrior in third spot. Diatribe won it for Jimmy Cassidy in the year 2000. Now, previous race of the day was won by Lord Essex. Led throughout. Number 5, Rod Quinn, just beat Shogun Lodge. He couldn't quite get there. Shogun Lodge, second for the second year in a row in the George Ryder, or the Darley as we know it now. He got beaten a short half head today by Lord Essex, and Crawl ran third. Good Doncaster trial by Crawl. And certainly Shogun Lodge for that matter. El Mirada ran fourth. Now here's the rank outsider, Planksty, walking around behind the gates, and Road to Dance is almost there now. A check will be made of the saddle behind the stalls. Carnegie Express, tremendous interest in this race. He's got a great turn of foot that was evident in the Canterbury Guineas, and there's a huge boom on him, and he's saying he might be just a little bit too nippy around the Rosehill 2000 for horses such as Don Eduardo. People are saying come Randwick, 2,400 metres, it could be a different kettle of fish. Like a Gov, he has travelled to the barrier very well. He fizzed up at Canterbury under the lights, and he's a much cooler, calmer horse today. And Pentastic, terrific run, as we know, in the Canterbury Guineas, when Brett Preble protested unsuccessfully against Carnegie Express by Pentire, and the general assumption is the further that Pentastic goes, the further he's going to like it. So this is Mike Fearside, and they're off. in the Dubai Rose Hill Guineas, and a very, very good start. And Dinmont is one of the early leaders, taken on by Like a Gov, and Harp of Tara's right up with the lead today. Then Carnegie Express Athens, followed by Pentastic. A length further away is Don Eduardo from Are You Ready? Another Warrior, wide out the roughy Planksty, and Road to Dance drops out to the rear. They've covered 400 metres, and the New Zealander Like a Gov, taken to the lead by Scott Seamer, has a peep over the right shoulder to make sure he was clear of Dinmont, and to the back goes Like a Gov. A half now Athens moving to second, so New Zealanders at the head of affairs. Third is Dinmont on the inside of Harp of Tara, wider Planksty, and then comes Pentastic on the outside of Carnegie Express. 2 lengths Another Warrior, parked over on the inside of Don Eduardo. Second last Road to Dance, and Are You Ready's last. 1100 out in the Rose Hill Guineas, and Like a Gov leads the way. About a length on Athens, a length and a half to Planksty, followed closely by Dinmont on the inside of Harp of Tara. 1.5 further away, Carnegie Express past the halfway, being locked up by Pentastic. 2 Another Warrior, 3/4 to Don Eduardo the outside, and Oliver starting to ride the Victorian along. Road to Dance is second last, and Are You Ready brings up the rear. 700 out, no change in the order, and the leader Like a Gov from Athens. A length away, third the despised Ruffy Planksty. Dinmont fourth, and then Harp of Tara, followed by Pentastic. Carnegie Express is hopelessly locked away. Oliver's got the whip on Don Eduardo, then Another Warrior, Road to Dance, and Are You Ready brings up the rear. They're homeward bound, and Like a Gov slips away here. In full flight, the Kiwi Like a Gov, he put 2 Dinmont. Athens has dropped off. Carnegie Express is into the open now. At a length, the Harp of Tara. Don Eduardo's a long way back, and Pentastic is starting to zoom home. But in the meantime, Carnegie Express raced away. Carnegie Express 2. Pentastic. Don Eduardo's getting home late, but Carnegie Express, he's got a great turn of foot. He's holding Don Eduardo, and Carnegie Express wins the Rose Hill Guineas, and in doing so makes it 6 on the trot. Carnegie Express beat Don Eduardo and Pentastic, and then Road to Dance, Another Warrior, Harp of Tara, Dinmont. A good margin off Are You Ready? Like a Gov stopped to a walk. So did Athens, and Absolute, the rank outsider, Planksty. Carnegie Express has done it again. Oh, what a run from a Derby point of view, Don Eduardo, but let's take nothing from Carnegie Express. Perfect ride by El Cassidy, filling in for brother Jimmy. And Carnegie Express, number 1, has paid $2.20 and $1.30 and making it 6 in a row. Second placing to number 2, these are unofficial, Don Eduardo, will pay $1.60. And the third home in the Dubai Rose Hill Guineas, number 4, Pentastic. And the Pentastic will pay a dividend of $2.70. They are official 1, 2, 4. And number 6, fourth, Road to Dance. The winner, syndicated by Harry Lawton. I had the pleasure of advertising the horse on Racing Radio 2KY as a rising 2-year-old, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to see a horse like this going around the racetracks in such elite company and in such an important race, trained by Gay Waterhouse, by Carnegie from Honeymoon Express, a 3-year-old bay gelding.
6.
That's 6 straight, 7 starts.
Harry Law.
Now Grey Song took the outside stall, 2,000 metres, set for the final event today. An attendant getting in with Munro. Away they go. Johnny Say Sorry didn't begin well down on the inside, and Moret looked to be a touch slow. Grey Song's out the back. Benarivo, one of the first out. The Concert Grand immediately heads it, and Leather Lane got out quickly. These 3 settled out in front of the Parish Priest, who's 4th on the inside from Munro, and then circumnavigating, 1 to Carnabelle and Foxborough. 2 lengths to Nineveh. Mugahoy on the inside. About 2 further back as Moret and Ballesteros. Johnny Say Sorry and Grey Song whip them in past the 1600. And the leader is the Concert Grand. Leather Lane is second, and Benarivo right behind them third. Munro is 4th on the outside, being followed a length further back by Parish Priest, circumnavigating, 1 to Carnabelle. Half a length to Nineveh midfield on the outside, and 1 length to Foxborough, followed by Ballesteros. Mugahoy on the rails, being trailed by Moret, and then Johnny Say Sorry and Grey Song last, about 12 to 15 off the leader by the 1200. And Leather Lane's moved up on the outside and put the head in front narrowly from the Concert Grand. 2 lengths to Benarivo the inside, and Munro is 4th. Half a length then to the Parish Priest coming through on the inside of Munro there, and then 1 further back as circumnavigating, trailed by Nineveh. Carnabil making some ground on the inside, being trailed by Ballesteros, who's hooked out to make some ground, and then came Foxborough, Moret, Muggahoy, followed by Johnny Say Sorry and Grey Song. Leather Lane about a neck in front of the Concert Grand on the rail, and Benarivo's had the charmed run right behind them. Munro next from Parish Priest on the inside. Here's Circumnavigating coming with a run round the outside. Munro goes with it, and Ballesteros coming wider, and Moret getting onto its back. Into the straight now, and Benarivo's moved up on the outside of Leather Lane. Munro and Circumnavigating come with runs wider out, and Parish Priest is coming through on the inside. It's Benarivo, a narrow leader, but there are challenges galore at the 300. Parish Priest got through on the inside and has taken over the running. And here's Foxborough coming down the outside. Parish Priest with Foxborough coming after it, and Benarivo the centre. It's Parish Priest from Foxborough. Foxborough's coming home a shade the better. Foxborough, Parish Priest close to the line, and Foxborough, I think, just beat Parish Priest. Benarivo 2 lengths away third, Every Hope from Circumnavigating, Grey Song, and they were trailed then by Moret and Nineveh. A break behind those to finish is Leather Lane, Carnabil, the Concert Grand, Muggahoy. Munro's finished well back in company with Johnny Say Sorry, and back towards the tail, Ballesteros. Foxborough's finished the better than Parish Priest, and has got the money, I would say. We wait the judge to give the verdict. Foxborough the outside, and Parish Priest with Benarivo back in third place. He had every chance, Benarivo. There's the number. 8 Foxborough, Stephen King first, 13 second, Parish Priest, Vlad Durick, and 5 third, Benarivo, ridden by Dan Nikolic. So 8, 13 and 5 in 2 minutes 2.7. And he's promised to do something like that, Foxborough, for a while. They just rode him a little upside down the other day up on the pace, and he didn't really appreciate that. But settling back and coming with a big finishing run is the way he likes to race, and he did the job in good style. Actually, it was $2.90 and $3.10. Checking the results here today. The first went to Victory Vane, number 1, Dan Beasley. The second, we're all set for the last of the day, the William Inglis Stakes. Over the 1400, and they're off and racing this time, and actually Impregnable bounced out in front. Old Darahim got out well, and likewise Crop, followed by Banker Under Fire, then the Man a trifle wide. At the head of the others for Wadi, then Defire Salgado, followed closely by Xantra. A break to higher and a length Velsantas Galliano. Second last, yes, Chief and Absolute is Knickerbocker Kid. They swing around the first corner at the 950, and the free-going Impregnable leads the way about a length and a half on Crop. Third is the Man and Banker Under Fire next. A length to Darahim, 1.5 to Defire, parked inside for Wadi, and then Xantra Salgado. A little more than a length the higher on the inside of Velsantas, and then Galliano. Second last, Knickerbocker Kid, and Yes Chief is last of all. Down by the 600 in the last at Rose Hill, and the leader is Impregnable. Crop second, the Man third, fourth for Wadi. Wider next is Xantra, and then Banker Under Fire, Salgado, Velsantas and Defire scraping the aluminium. Around the corner, 400 out now, and Impregnable is the leader from Fawadi. Banker Under Fire. Now Defire, he is hopelessly blocked away. Now he is eased off the fence. There's room for him, but in the meantime, Fawadi in front. Here's Velsantas and Salgado, followed by Higher Late. It's Salgado, and here's Defire warming up now. Look at him go, Defire. Ah, terrific win. Defire from Salgado, nothing between Higher and Velsantas for third. And then Knickerbocker Kid, Fawadi caved in. From Galliano, the Man Impregnable weakened, and then Xantra, Yes Chief, Banker Under Fire, Darahim, and Crop finished last. Well, there was a real Doncaster horse. Number 3, Defire, Damien Oliver. He hasn't had a lot of good fortune here on Guinea's Day, D. Oliver, but I tell you what, he would have been worried at the 400 there on Defire. He just couldn't get out. And then around just inside the 300, the run came, but it took a while for him to hit top gear. But golly, when he got into full flight, didn't he fly? And he's won it. And he's not without bright Doncaster winning prospects. 250 and 140. 250 and 140 for Defire winning the final event of the day. Now, the second and the third is on track. They're replaying the finish of the Rosehill Guineas. Second and third and the last, I think, Salgado and Higher. A little between them for second and third, and there they go now. Number 8 is second, and that is Salgado, ridden by Corey Brown.
And number 1 Higher is third, written by Rodney Quinn. Number 9 was the official fourth, and that was Vel Sontas. 3, 8, 1 and 9 on the final event of the day. And Defy, trained by Guy Walter, by De Heer from Leland. And the official tote dividends, those that we have at the moment, read this way. Here are the margins: a length, a half a neck. 1:22.03 hand time. 1:22.03, and the record is 1:21.51, held both race and course-wise by Final Fantasy. The winner, number 3, 250 and 140. Number 8, Salgado, 320. Number 1, Higher, paid 210. The Quinella, $14.50. The Exacta, $20.90. The Trifecta, $114.30. And that's as far as the information goes on track at this point. Now, the Superfecta numbers are 3, 8, 1, 9, 6 and 2. 3, 8, 1, 9, 6 and 2. The first 4, 3, 8, 1 and 9, 406.10. 400.